How much do handheld ULV plus CDA sprayers cost, and are they worth it? Now, controlled droplet application spraying offers an alternative way of delivering herbicides and pesticides to traditional backpack sprayers. Now, this type of kit will only really be used in a professional setting, so we'll compare prices to professional quality backpack sprayers. Now, high quality conventional backpack sprayer is going to cost you between £100 to £150 plus VAT. You can get cheaper ones, but again, we're just looking at the professional quality ones here for a fair comparison. Now, you can get cheap controlled droplet application sprayers for around about the same prices, believe it or not. To be honest, if you want professional quality kit though, you need to pay considerably more. Now, our high quality CDA plus ULV sprayers will set you back around about £700, and good competitor models will be priced between sort of £500 and £800 plus VAT. With this technology, there's a considerable difference between a conventional backpack sprayer cost, even a good quality professional one, and the sprayer that you need to do CDA plus ULV spraying. And it's a price differential around about, using our model, it's going to be £700 compared to say £150. About a £550 price difference in the cost of the sprayer. So what's this extra 550 quid doing for you? Well, firstly, saving you chemical. So essentially, CDA technology means you can use less chemical to do the same job, and this leads to cost savings over time. Now, for typical weed killing applications, you can use between 50% and 70% less active ingredient than in a manually pumped sprayer. Now, how this is achieved is explained in another video. So let's assume you use half the glyphosate you'd normally use, worst case scenario. A 5 litre container of glyphosate 480 at the time of recording going for about £60 plus VAT. So the question now becomes, how much do you use? So how quickly can you recoup those extra costs for the sprayer? Now, for annual weeding, glyphosate 480 should be applied at about 1 litre per hectare for annual weeds, and for broadleaf perennials about 3.75 litres per hectare. That's according to the label. So if you're treating 10 hectares and doing this about twice a year, you'll need to use about 20 litres for annual weeds or 75 litres of glyphosate for broadleaf perennials. This equates to 240 or £900 of glyphosate per year. So with a CDA spray, you could halve those costs potentially, and potentially a lot more. So you're saving between 120 and £450 per year on chemical usage for that kind of spray regime. So you can see they quite quickly recoup their costs there over a year or two. Even with a relatively modest spraying regime, you're going to recoup your extra costs in a relatively quick period of time. The other big saving is time. So with traditional backpack sprayers, you need to dilute the glyphosate. Typically, this means you'll have to spray about 80 to 250 litres of actual liquid per hectare. So you dilute the 3.75 litres of glyphosate in about 200 litres of water, so you can distribute it properly over that hectare. Now, with a large 20 litre backpack sprayer, that's 10 refills per hectare. Over the course of 2 applications per year to 10 hectares, which is the example we're working with, that's 200 tank refills. With the Mancar product, you could use the product neat, the glyphosate neat, and 1 litre bottle will do an entire hectare. So that's 20 tank refills per year. So you've got a difference between 200 tank refills, 20 refills per year. Now, a day of spraying, it's unlikely that you're actually going to have to refill the Mancar 1 litre bottle. You'll probably get a whole day's spraying out of it. So effectively, you've got no in the field tank refills to perform. Whereas with a conventional spray, you've got 200 per year. So if it takes 5 minutes to return to the vehicle and fill the tank and remix the glyphosate, that equates to about 16.5 hours of wasted time per year just refilling the tanks. Even if you're just paying a basic national living wage of £11.44, that's £190 per year in effectively wasted wages that you're saving if you're using a Mancar. The third benefit is the ergonomic and effort aspect. Now, using a manual sprayer all day can be tiring work. Tired workers doing repetitive tasks that tend to not perform so well. Now, the Mancar spraying is pretty effortless. It's very lightweight. You're only carrying around 1 litre of chemical all day rather than constantly refilling a 20 litre backpack. So in conclusion, even in the worst case scenario of very low application rates of 1 litre per hectare, we can see that in this example for a 10 hectare estate, the CDA/ULV sprayer will give cost benefits of around £310 per year. Now, this rises to £640 if you're spraying for more aggressive weeds. And this is just for a modest 10 hectare per year overall spraying. Putting this in context, that's about 110 hours of spraying per year to reap these cost savings. So it'll pay for itself probably within the first year and definitely within the second year, even with this fairly modest spraying requirement. And bear in mind, these figures are based on worst case scenarios using only half the normal glyphosate you would use. In many cases, you can use 70% less and do the same job. The cost savings settings are normally a lot higher than this.